You know that Willie is a Rolling Stones fan. Yeah, we know this.
Hello, Sammler und Veranstalter. Hello, collectors and trappers all over the world. Today I read in a German newspaper that there is a stamp issued in England which shows the Rolling Stones, a famous pop group, the Rolling Stones. And I am a fan of the Rolling Stones since, I guess, 1966 or 68 or something like that.
We did.
And I heard this group several times here in Germany, and now I have a problem.
Yeah.
A problem. And so I want to ask you, I need a little help from
my friends. Yeah, we fixed that problem.
Look at this. Today I got a package from you, and I went to the post office and had to do something, and here it is. Here is your package.
So we sent with you the stamps that he required. Look.
And here they are. Look at this. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Debbie and Reggie. Wonderful, wonderful. I put them into my Rolling Stones collection, and I guess I will probably make tomorrow a little video when I'm showing you.
Willie is a fantastic channel, tools, carriage and modelling, and he's doing a fantastic job of the borax wagon mules. There's a huge load of donkeys and mules on it. Fantastic, highly recommended. But Willie, did you realise the music in Wednesday? And have you seen that? Are you a fan of the Addams Family? So here is a film for Trey Richardson. He part of Ben Tool Addict's Facebook page of vintage tools. Really good. I'll put a picture of that. And he was interested. He liked the Yankee drills. I'll also put a picture. He refurbished them to an absolutely fantastic standard. So let me tell you the quick story. It started with this one that I bought that took my we're talking about 1920s. Okay, it's a Reggie handle. I got to do something about that. But however, the top of this one wasn't, so I just sort of picked it up when I saw it. If you go way back into my videos, you'll see the day that I found it and fell in love with it. Anyway, another YouTuber, I believe, Nick, sent me a message. Reggie, I've got one. Would you like a better one? You know, a much better one. A 2003. Obviously with the mechanism on the top all working. Do you know what I mean? So I says, yeah, I'll have it. I'll have it. It adds to the collection. Fantastic. So then the next one along was this one. The 2003. You see the number? Hold on. There we are. Anyway, so I bought that one, and do you know what I'm like? If you've got one, you must have two, and if you've got two, you should look for three. Dominic. I went on Facebook. I happened to see this. Now, what I did, I saw this shape. Do you see how that is that shape? Can you see how that is that shape? Well, on the picture, I saw the very same shape. So I thought I was buying another 1003. But when I turned up, luckily, as it turns out, fate was shining on me. And this was a 1005. Let's see if we can find it. It's in here. It's very faint. And it took quite a bit of cleaning to find it. Can we see it? Can you see? Yeah. It is there. Can you see it now? Number 1. Let's get a shadow on that. 1005. Can you see the 5? That's better, isn't it? 1005. So this is the 1005. So this is my little collection. 1920s. Just thinking about the age of them. So I was very lucky to find this one. Very lucky indeed. And I haven't really seen any since. No, they're quite rare to find. If you do spot them, get them, because they're really, really rare. Over in the UK here anyway. They're very, very, very rare over here to land on them. So we were on about the screwdriver and the bit ends, and we've got little bits of bit ends everywhere. Let's just have a quick, you can hear that bleeping, can't you? Let's have a quick look at, I know who it is. It's Anthony, our neighbour. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, see, Anthony, that's what the bleeping is outside. So everything is fine. Yeah, we can go back to our fire stick now. Yeah, all is good. Anyway, getting back to the screwdrivers. The tips. This is how I deal with them. And the question is, do you know when you make a shelf takes space up on the wall, doesn't it? So you consider making a shelf and you're thinking, have I got room for a particular shelf to keep a particular thing in it? Well, when is a shelf not a shelf? When it's on a hinge, do you see? So it pulls out the way. So it's a shelf there, and that is a shelf there, but it's a shelf on a hinge. So it's not a shelf that's in the way. And see, I did a hole straight through these. These are the longer ones. You'll find some of these are the longer ones that go through. So you go through this into there. Yeah, to control them. And then we've got these little ones here, they're just slightly in. They're just enough to, set the depth gauge on your drill and drill a hole. Put a whole load of squares, mark the centre of the squares, and make a shelf that isn't a shelf, if you get what I mean. Yeah, so that's how I control all my little bits for the ends of screwdrivers and that sort of a thing, and they're there out the way. So yeah, that's how I control them, but that's how I make a shelf not to be a shelf. It's a shelf on a hinge. I even make, in a Reggie fashion, my own hinges. Yeah. I just thought I'd show you that. I just thought I'd show you them. And in case you saw it out of the corner of your eye, this hand grinder is a mole. It's a mole hand grinder. It's a beauty, it is. And I've been lucky enough to find the one. You get a lot of these missing, these little oiling points missing. But we've been lucky to find one with all the little oiling points intact. I just thought you could do with a bit of red paint. Could do with a bit of Scoutcrafter red on there, couldn't it? It would make it up lovely. I've got so much to do and so little time. So by now you should be getting used to Reggie's mantra. Reggie's way of thinking is, why buy one hand drill and one hand drill for spares when you can buy two? And if you've got two, you've got to have three, and if you've got three, you've got to have four, and if you've got four, you've got to have five. So we bought these then, didn't we? This one, this is a Union. Yeah, but the gizmo, the thing that drives from the back of here on this cam. I haven't got round to putting that in yet. And then we bought this one. This was solid. This one was absolutely solid. In all ways. But you know, I think we used 50-50. We used Scoutcrafters 50-50 on this, and it brought it up lovely. It freed it off lovely. And the bonus with this one, it came with a little vise. So it came with a little clamp to hold it. So that was lovely. And then we, of course, we had another one. Yeah, you can't not have another one. If you've got a few, you've got to have a few more, haven't you? Now this one, the reason we were, what's it called, attracted, there we are. The reason we were attracted to this one is, you know, there's plenty of them around repainted. There's plenty of them around brown with rust. This has got its colour still, its original colour. And this one, look, it's not been repainted. It is the actual original colour. Yeah. So, you know, choose the best and leave the rest. If you can find the best you can find, then always choose the rest. Choose the best and leave the rest. Unless it comes up and you think, oh, that's a good price, I've got to have it. So anyway, yeah, why have, when you've got one, you've got to have two. When you've got two, you've got to have three. When you've got three, you've got to get four. When you've got four, you've got to get five. And what, if you've got five, you might as well have 6 or 7 or more. Yeah.
Hey Toolerinos, a while back Reggie on the road showed us his Buck and Hickman tool catalog collection, and I thought it'd be nice to have one of those. And you know, he said they could be had for 20 or 30 pounds at their boot sales, but they're a little harder to come by over here. If you look up eBay and stuff, sometimes people want big money for them, especially if they're in really good shape. So I was looking around and I thought, you know...
So if you're watching and you're wondering why we nutcases do YouTube channels about our tools and, you know, interact with each other, just watch this for a minute. It really...
All right,
that's
it for in here. And now I will take you to the shop where I haven't been showing anything in a while and show you the most awesome thing I found at the sale. All right, behold the best yard sale find ever. Dun dun. Reggie, I blame you.
We're watching Time Flies in the Shop. James from Time Flies in the Shop. Very, very interesting, varied channel. Great tool hauls and Steam shows and all sorts of everything. Fantastic channel.
For that great tool. I hope we find out a little bit more about it from some of the viewers out there and how it's used and what it's used for. Next up, I have a really funny story about full circle influencing, how this everything comes around, you know, even in our lives. We tend to, I love that full circle term, you know, things that we used to like when we're kids, we like later on when we're adults, you know, it's like it comes full circle. So what happened was last year I was doing a video on some of the old catalogs. You know how I like those old tool collecting catalogs? Well, my good friend Reggie on the road from the UK, Reggie, who has probably the biggest hardware selection of anybody I've ever met, and we have a lot in common. Reggie did a video right after that. He goes, I also like those old tool catalogs, and he showed some of his. Now, the catalogs he's shown were a company called Buck and Hickman. Okay, so now another good friend of the show, James from Time Flies in the Shop, watches Reggie's video and says, man, I like those catalogs. So he looks, he searches one out, and he finds a reproduction Buck and Hickman catalog. So he orders it up, shows it on his channel. I see it, And of course, I'm in Florida. I said, wow, I got to have one of those. And I picked it up. Let me show you what it is. How cool is that? And this is the catalog.
Isn't this great?
Invest in something.
We have so much fun having a YouTube channel.
So I bought this Book in Hitman catalogue from 1935. So there we go, Book in Hickman Limited, 1935. I've seen a few channels mention this book and this catalogue, and Scoutcrafter, Scout, you've mentioned on your channel a few times. And of course, Reggie on the road. Reggie, I think you're an expert on these. I know you've got a good collection. How many of these are there, by the way? I've seen other years online. I bought this one from Amazon, actually, and it was £15.
And we're watching, Weekend Shedhead. Yeah, so to give yourselves a challenge next year, 2023, make yourself a YouTube channel. Just do it for yourself and have an interest in what you're doing and share your interest. And there are people out there, whatever your interest is. I mean, it happens to be it's tools and nuts and bolts and, you know, stuff in the garage. But whatever you've got, just, you know, show your passion for your hobby, and then put it on, and you will get people talking to you. You'll get like-minded people, and they then will show what they like and what they're interested in. This YouTube hobby is a fantastic thing to have. Yeah, and you see here, look, Scoutcrafter gives us challenges, and we have to do challenges, and you know, it's what a fantastic hobby to have, is sharing it on YouTube. Yeah, that's my recommendation for next year, 2023. Start yourself a YouTube channel, and I promise you will have a ball. So I must add that the Buck and Hickman collecting book thing started. Tool Addict told us about it, and we all sort of hooked onto it and found a lot of joy out of all those books, and a lot of joy to come, because you'll find something, you'll buy it, and then you'll come home and you'll be so excited to find it in the right book and the right age and how much was it and all that sort of a thing. So that Buck and Hickman trail, shall we call it, started with the expertise of Ben, Tool Addict. Yeah, fantastic, knowledgeable and interesting channel.